Hello everyone. Yesterday we have seen how to create a classical report, how to give the color formatting, okay, how to give the spacing, and how we can utilize some of the event for our requirements. Okay, we can use multiple events which we have in classical reports, and we have seen almost 4 to 5 events like top of page, end of page, start of selection, end of selection. We have seen add selection screen on field, and we have seen installation as well. Okay, so this much we have used yesterday, and we created some fields over here and try to give these kind of messages when someone do the check for the field. So I just remove it for now. So we gave these messages on the selection field. So let me remove this because we are not going to use now. So I just remove for now. So we'll just comment this code for now, and then we'll see some more events. Okay. So last we seen these events like which I have noted down in the last: top of page, end of page, installation, start of selection, end of selection, okay, and add selection screen. So we have to see this event now. Okay, I'll give this as number 6. So sequencing, I'll tell you in the last, like what should be the sequence when we are writing these events. This is not the sequence, but I'm just taking the as an example. Okay, so we have events called add selection screen. Okay, what does this mean actually? Add selection screen, that we have seen this event called add selection screen field. Okay, so we have to write one by one for all the fields. Like if I want to validate only this field, then I write add selection screen for this field. If I want to write for another one, like add selection screen for this field, continuously. If we have 8 to 10 fields which we want to validate, or we want to write some logic over there, then we have to write it one by one. Okay, on basis that if you want to validate all the fields, then what you can write is, you can write at selection, okay, at selection screen, that's all. Okay, and it will do the work. So if I'll do here, if I'll copy this existing code over here, okay, and comment it, execute, and I'll write the second one also, like which we have given here on this field. Okay, so this also I'll copy and paste it. See, both the things I have taken. Okay, so how we can do this here is, at first I'll take for one. Let's see for this one. Okay, so let's check that if any syntax error, save it, check error, there is no error. Okay, so I just did the control F2 for syntax check, or even you can click on this button. Okay, click on activate, and here if the material exists, then it will say exists. If it does not exist, it will give an message. Let's try to execute the program. If I'll give a number called 123.2, which we saw yesterday as well, and if I try to enter, it will say material does not exist. Okay, and if I'll not give anything, material exists. So that's how somewhere we have to write things accordingly. Okay, conditions we have to write, and I think some spacing or some in condition, it has selected all the fields. That's the reason it is giving material existing. Okay, so accordingly we can write our logic. Like if I'll give one, okay, I think material number one will be existing. Okay, it does not exist. I'll give 88, I think we had, right? So if I'll click enter, it will say material exist. Okay, likewise we can do the validation for all the fields available in the selection screen. If I want to give some other check also, that also I can write here. Okay, if this exists or not exists. So like we check for this maintainer only, accordingly I can write for the other field which we have ERSTA. So no need to give one by one all these fields thing, okay, which we have given here. So that's how the add selection screen thing works as an event. Okay, it will run, it will check for all these fields available on the selection skill, like 1 2 3. We can have radio buttons, we can have check boxes, so all those can be checked. Okay, and we can perform this validation or any action which we want to do. Okay, so now what I'll do, I'll just comment this code. Okay, for time being so that we can see the next event which we have, which I'll take the next event as we have taken at selection screen, we have taken, then we have taken screen on fields, we have taken initialization, okay, and what we can go next is at selection screen output, okay. So at selection screen, if I just press enter, control space, here we can see all the event which is available for on block, end of, help request for, value request for, okay, and output, okay. So we'll just go with output now. So, okay, so when this gets trigger, okay, when this event get trigger, okay, if I just execute now, nothing will happen. If I just execute, nothing will happen, okay. So once we reach to this screen, right, we are in this output screen, okay. Now if you want to do some kind of activity, okay, now like if you want to disable this field, or you would, like if I give some value over here, it should get disappear, okay. If I give this value first, then this should get disappear. If I'm giving some kind of checkbox, okay, then some field should disappear or some block should appear, like we can create some more block over here, and that can be like visible with the checkbox or some values. So those kind of validation on the screen level, okay, on the screen output, we can perform with the help of this event called screen selection screen output, okay. So we'll just take an example here first. What I'll do, I'll create one new program, okay, for this, and let's see that one, okay. So I'll just say sc output, because I don't want to touch that one, and it will be useful in the some other session. So I'll say screen output event demo. I'll give it as executable. And are you able to see my screen, right?
Yes, sir.
Someone,
Yes, yes.
okay. So I have created one new program. There, what we can do is we'll be creating some parameters. Okay. So let's create some parameters, or okay. I'll say create a parameter means like we are creating some selection screen which will accept the values. Okay. So I'll just give P as a checkbox first. Okay. We are creating one checkbox. Okay. What is checkbox? That we take or untick, right? That is called checkbox. So I'll just give as, see it, by just reading the name, the users it got understand that we are going to do some checkbox or radio button or something. So now there is SAP also got intelligent with latest technology, okay. And I'll give one thing called user command, okay, like because we are checking clicking on and clicking, right, and we have to give a command name also. So I can give like user command UC, okay, one. So that's how we can give create one checkbox in system. If you want to see it, I'll just save it, activate it, and okay, we got an error. Let's see what's the error here. The parameter p checkbox can be 8 character long. Okay, so what it's saying that the name which we have chosen, it should not be less more than 8 characters. So I think we have taken the big name. I'll just say p underscore check. Okay, F2. I think it's clear now. Activate, save it, and execute. See, we gave a checkbox and it got appeared over here, right? So now we will create one what we call one or two checkboxes, or the parameters we will be creating. I'll create one parameter for Mara. Okay, there we'll take a maintenance number or material number as an input. So I'll just give p underscore maintenance type maintenance. Okay, now okay, I'll just give it now for here. Okay, so this is how we can create one parameters in the system. Like we have already seen this. So I have created one parameter also. Okay, now what we have to do is, like if this we have to check, then it should got disappear. Okay, if it's unchecked, it should something like that we'll do. Okay, if it is check only, then only it should appear. Okay, if it is not a check, then it should not be appear, and this checkbox should disable. Okay, so this kind of event we can write in SAP ABAP output screen. Okay, but for that, what we have to do is we have to give the modified. What is modified here? So we are modifying our screen as per this requirement, right? So if I just press Control space, okay, it give me an error like how it want to be shown. Okay, so as checkbox, list box for table and all. So here if I'll give match code object, also we'll see in future what where to be use match code objects. This is used for help request actually and modified it. Okay, so this will be used as a unique key for this parameter actually. Okay, this p matter because we are not filling any value and we don't have any control on this parameter, so we'll be using as a id. Okay, modified id. So I'll just give something called id1. Okay, and just save it. So if I'll just check it, there will be no error. Okay, good. Now we'll write some logic here. So where we have to write is at selection screen and then output, because output has come now, and we have to write after the output is there in the screen. Okay, now how we can write this logic is, okay, so if I'll just execute this. Okay, if I'm doing currently that anything, nothing is happening, right? We can fill some 1 2 3 4 and we can execute. Okay, nothing will happen, we have not given any logic for that. So this is our screen. Okay, this is our screen where we are going to change anything or modify anything dynamically when we are on this screen. Okay, so we mostly do a loop for the data thing, like if I want to read some data and do thing, if you are going to read that screen, then we have to loop the screen itself. So loop at screen. See, it came automatically loop at screen because we have used the selection screen thing. It gave me some suggestion. Okay, you can come to loop at screen. Okay, now we are looping the screen. Okay, now we have to write our logic. Okay, so how we can write like if, okay, if p check equals to, we can check his value. See, if it is filled, okay, like if you are taking that mark, it will fill with x. If you are untick that mark, it will be blank. Okay, so we are just checking if it is x. Okay, then inside that also, if screen group. Okay, we have given screen group, we have not given here actually. uh, yeah, so we'll use this user command uc1. Yeah, we have given the modified, so that works as screen group. Just be there. If screen, if I put hyphen, it will give me the available thing. So I'll say if group one, okay, equals to the first modified, right? We have given this modified, right? ID1. So the same we'll use. I'll just give it in capital, so it will be more clear actually. ID1. Okay. So ID1. Then what we have to do? We have to active the screen. So we have keyword called screen. Okay. If I'll just SCREEN, and then we have event called the field called active. So it will activate the field. Okay, equals to 1. So here also the binary works, 0 or 1. 0 like 1 means true or 0 means false. Okay, that also we can give. And then I'll just modify the screen because we are modifying screen based on this checkbox, right? So we have to give this statement to modify the screen, and I'll just end if over here. It is already end if, so no need to write anyone. Okay, now what we have to do, if it is not checked, right, we have to write the logic for that also. So I'll just put a check over here, else. Okay, what to do, like if it is same thing, group x equal to id1, and it is not checked, right, then we will just uh, copy everything first. Okay, else it will mark it as 0, like it should not be visible. Okay, if I just save it. Okay, and check the mark, petty printer. Let's see if any syntax error coming over here. No, right? Then save it and activate it. So let's see how this screen works. Now if I just execute the program, see that checkbox is not coming, that field is not coming. Okay, we can either disable the whole block, we can write multiple fields in one of the block. Okay, we can block do this thing for block as well. So if I just check on this thing, see that got appeared. If I just uncheck this thing, so every time we'll do this, the loop will run. Okay, and it will check on any modified is available for this checkbox or not. If it is available, it will disable the field. Okay, So that's how we can utilize the output thing, screen output event of on classical report, or we can do this in interactive report also. This is also available in the interactive reports, which we'll see in further sessions. Okay, so that's how we can play with these screens. Okay, now this is also done, so I'll just mark it as done. Any doubt over here, anyone? Okay, no
Yes.
doubt. Good. So I'll just mark that this is also done. So we'll go for the next event. Okay, just give me a second. I'm noting it down. Okay, this is also done. Now we have number 8 is done. Now we have 9. So 9, what which one we will take is we have taken the fields, we have taken this event, screen output we have taken. We'll take the value request for. Okay. So okay, now we have taken this one. Fine, and we'll take one field over. We'll create one parameters. Okay, parameters p underscore file. Okay. So this is mostly used for this kind of purpose only. We can use for other purpose also. Type. I forgot the type for the file path. Anyone remembers the type for file path? Anyone? Okay, no problem. I'll search on the Google because we sometimes forget the things actually. Just let me copy it from the Google. Just be there with me. Data type for file. Okay, I got it. RLG group file name. Okay, so the type is RLG group file name. Okay, so what is RLG group file name? In this RLG group, be it the structure, we have so many things available: file name, file type, file mode. Like when we work on this Excel upload or text file upload programs, okay, that time these are useful. We can give the type of the file, we can give mode, like which mode it should be, like synchronous mode, asynchronous mode, and all those modes. Okay, those can be given. So currently, we'll just sorry guys, we'll use the file name. If I just execute it, we'll be seeing the big thing over here, right? P file, and then this is because it is some 128 character or 130 character length. 128. So that's it. It has already taken this much size in the screen. That this will be an input thing. Okay. So how we can write our logic here is we have to give. I'll just comment this code for now, and we'll just write the one event. How to write is at selection screen on value request for. Okay, and here we have to mention the field name. Okay, if I just put space also, it will give me the available fields name. See, p check, p file, p maintainer. So which field you want to put the request. So you can use any of the field or any checkboxes you want to. So it works like a F4, like when we press F4, right? Then we get pop up something. So those kind of thing we can utilize over here. We can write our logic to fetch the values and display in internal table. So that is also possible. But currently, I just want pop up for a p file. Okay, let's see, and just activate it. Let's see what happens here. See, as soon as I came here, this pop-up came. See, earlier this symbol was not coming. This is nothing but F4 button. See, so this is nothing but F4 button. Okay, and if you want to write some logic here, like if I want to fetch some information right from the system, how we can write it. Like we have some FM available with us, like that can be used. Okay, so anyone has worked on the FM to get the file from the local system?
It is f4 underscore file name.
One sec, let me check. Copyism, tell me.
f4 underscore file name.
Okay, and F4. Let's see. Yeah. So this one I should take, right?
Yeah, yeah.
Okay. If I use this, okay, we can provide our exporting parameters over here. This dynpro is not required. Importing, we have to give some table or field. I think this is not the one I have used. Okay, but still let's see. Okay, and we'll be storing that file path in some variable. So I'll create some variable. Okay, or I can use this p file itself. Okay, let's see. And then I think it should not give any error. Let's see. Okay, so everything fine. Let's see if it gives any dump or not. So if I just click on here and go to F4, see it has given me the pop-up. So it is nothing but like it helps us to get the value. Okay, now what we are doing is we are getting some kind of value from our local desktop. Okay, you can also write some logic here in this value request for, like if you want like if I want to give a p matter, right, directly we give as a matter, so it will give us the value. Okay, if I put enter, okay, it will show me all the values available. Currently it is not showing, I think there is no value. So we can give our internal table passing to this parameter, that okay, you choose from any of these. Okay, so that kind of program we can do with our this event called value request for. Okay, so if I just press F4, it will just give me a pop-up, take any file if I want to take this file. Okay, and I'll just put a debugger so that you will be able to see how this thing works. And if I press enter, okay, or execute, okay, it will go to the program now. Okay, I think I have to reshare the screen with you. You will be putting on the main screen only, just be there. Debugger, allow. See, we have in debugger, if I press F5, okay, it has come here. Okay, F7, F7, F7. Okay, it came here because we have not executed anything. So what I'll do, I'll just put the debugger over here. Okay, and we'll show you the values for this. And F8. So if I just choose any file from the system, see, okay, I'll have to reshare the screen. As soon as I press the F4, okay, it has come to the value request for thing actually. Okay, if I just go to debugger, see, as soon as I press the F4 button, it came here. Okay, F4 file name, because we have done the value request for P file. What's there in the P files file name? It's blank, right? And if I just put F6, which is nothing but execute this FM. Okay, we have not given any signs of RC, so it will not stop over here, and it will go to the main program. Okay, to fill the values actually. It's taking some time to load the screen. Okay, I need to terminate the program. It's taking a lot of time. Okay, SE38. So that's how we can utilize our value request for event in SAP Classic Report. It is also applicable for our interactive reports. We have utilized those events in interactive reports also. Okay, and what was this one? SC output. Okay, change. Then again, we have one more event. Okay, someone is editing. See, now no one is editing the program, and still it is showing someone is editing. Okay, and I'm not able to do it, so I think I have to close this session itself, or we can go to our block called SM12. Okay, So I'll just show you how SM12 works as lesson SM12. Okay, if someone is editing your program, most in the in production or somewhere we don't get the access for this, but in dev we mostly have this access. If I just put like who's using my ID and program, so it will give me the list, okay, over here, that these two programs are being added by some people. So what I'll do, I just put check here and I'll just delete the session. Okay, if I just delete the session from here, the program will be free and I will be able to edit it. Do not do it if your other teammates are working on it. Okay, their saved changes will not be like their unsaved changes will go actually. So it's an before doing any changes or deleting this thing, better check first with your teammates or someone that okay you come out of the program. That is the best option. Okay, but if you are the only one, the owner for this program something and someone going in the edit mode, you can do this termination part. Okay, so I'll just comment this code and then we'll see one more event, which is at selection screen uh, on help request for, and this is also work on the field level. Okay, if you want to make some kind of help to the person who is writing the file, if I just execute similar without any writing content over here. Okay, then let's see what happens. So how does F1 works here? That if see value request works when we press the F4 button, right? So it will just give me an error. See, no input help is available. Okay, and how the help request work is when we press F1 help. Okay, so I'll just see it is just giving the material number because we have click on that button. Okay, there's no help one we have raised. So what I can say here is that I'll give a message, simple message over here saying kindly choose any file. Okay, and then type I. So it will be kind of informative message. Or what you can do, you can give some kind of pop-up over there and you can give like, okay, these are the values you can choose or something like that you can give. Okay, then if I just now click here and press F1, as soon as I click F1, right, this message will pop up. Kindly choose any file. And for that file, what we had done is we had selected this value request for. So if I just remove this, save it and activate it, and if I just press F8, see, first we can just check F1 help if the user is not knowing what they have to do, and then the user can click on F4. Okay, see, as soon as the F4 button check that these thing will be executed. I don't know why it's taking a lot of time to bypassing this screen. I have to again restart it, stop, then stop. Yeah, guys, give me a second. This SAP got hanged. Okay, I have to restart this. Processes, where is the SAP? क्या चाहिए? हाँ, गेट लगा दो. SAP लगाओ and task. Okay, let's start it again. And okay, it has come now. Let me look, share my screen. SAP GUI. Now, hope you are able to see my screen now again. Okay. Okay. So we have seen those two events, how we can utilize F1 help along with that value help request. So these are the events which we mostly use in our SAP reports. Okay. Now I'll tell you what's the sequence for that. Okay. So first let me note down so that when you are writing the programs and using this event, there should be a sequence. Okay. So I'll just put a F8 at selection screen value request for field. Okay. And then at selection screen help request for field. Okay. Now what should be the sequence here? See, first the initialization should come. Okay. Next, uh, start of selection and end of selection is not required. Then on field name can come, or the screen output. Yeah, first the screen output will come. Okay, because the output comes first. At selection screen, we have not noted that field actually. Okay, so I'll say at selection screen output should be the next one. Then next should be the selection screen field. And this is one of the interviewer question people ask, like what are the sequence of the these events when we are using them. Okay, so I'll say on field, I'll just write some field over here. Okay, that's how we do it. And then next is at selection screen on value request for, and then again this is also based on the field. Okay, then we have next set at selection screen on help request for, so this is also based on the field. Okay, uh, and then next we can go for at selection screen event. Okay, this is only this much. Okay, and then we can go to the startup selection. The next would be the end of selection. Okay, the next can be the top of page, and the last can be end of page. So this is the sequence we follow when we are using these events. Okay, and this would be the sequence. If you are missing the sequence, then our program might misbehave. Okay, so you can note down these points if you want to, and this would be the sequence. Okay, so that's all. This is all from the classical report event side. So we have covered almost all the events which we have. If I'm missing anything, just you can ping me or WhatsApp me, then we can cover it on the upcoming session. Okay, for now we'll go to the next topic. Okay. Okay, I'll just cancel this because this won't get activated because we have given field over here. Okay, so I'll just comment over here. Let's activate this code. Okay, so what we have written here is that let's execute this and execute. Are we getting any output? Yes, we have to have output. Now what happens, like sometime what happens, the user wants some button over here. Okay, and they want to do some kind of validation, or do they want to perform some action, or they want some button over here like some submit button. Okay, or they want to download some Excel from from they want to download some data, like if they get they are just filling the information here, they don't want to execute it. Okay, then they want some button over here, two three buttons, like if I would download this button, then this should happen. If I download this button, then this should happen, like this. So how can we create button over here? See, we have seen how to create check select options, how to create this parameters we have seen. Okay, in this program we have seen the another program we have seen. Okay, we have seen how to create the check boxes also. Okay, how we can create, likewise we can create the radio button also, like the type is radio button, so that also can be created. Now if you want to create some